This video contains spoilers for the finale of Star Wars Rebels Season 2, so if you have not yet seen the finale, I highly recommend you watching it and then coming back to watch this video. Just a heads up. The Star Wars Rebels Season 2 finale has left me even more speechless than I was at the Season 1 finale. It gave me Clone Wars flashbacks, it gave me goosebumps at times, it even very nearly brought me to tears at the final bit, even though it didn't. It was a very well made episode by Dave Filoni and his Star Wars Rebels crew, but there was a few things that I wasn't too sure about and I didn't really like about it despite all its positives. So in this video I'm going to be running through those negatives and the positives of not only the Season 2 finale but the few episodes before it, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on a Season 2 review as a whole. Would just like to add that these negatives I'm bringing up about the finale are my personal opinions, so feel free to slaughter me in the comment section below, but this is just my opinion. I think I should start something off with the main thing that kind of bugged me, and I know a lot of you, from what I've seen on my Twitter and my Instagram, actually really like this inclusion, and this is the fact that the Inquisitors can now use their lightsabers to sort of like hover and fly, and I'm not really a massive fan of this. I think that they should just stick to the force jumping to get to higher levels, and I'm just not an overly keen on that whole idea, but I know a lot of you did think it was quite cool, and although I can see the cool aspect of it, I just don't really like it that much. Despite the various talking points from the finale, I guess one of the major ones was the return of Darth Maul from Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars The Phantom Menace, and also the Son of Dathomir comic book. I quite liked how much of a badass fighter he was. He took on all the Inquisitors and held his own against them, whilst Ahsoka, Kanan and Ezra were just standing there, and then he was the one to kill both the 7th sister and the 5th brother, which I thought was quite good. The main thing that bugged me about Darth Maul was that they had yet another opportunity to kill the character off and they didn't do it, because at the end we see him take the TIE fighter and go into some unknown regions of space. I loved when they brought back Maul in Star Wars The Clone Wars, but what you had to be careful of is that you didn't overdo it and you didn't completely ruin the story that was developed, and which was many people's favourite part of The Phantom Menace, and not only The Phantom Menace but the prequels as a whole. They chose to bring him back in Clone Wars and they didn't kill him off, but that was maybe because it got cancelled. They had the Son of Dathomir comic book and they also didn't kill him off in that. Now they've brought him back in Star Wars Rebels Season 2, and although he was only in one episode, they still haven't killed him off just yet, so I hope he will feature in Season 3 because he needs to be killed off, and it's something which bugs me a bit. One of my favourite things about the finale was the fact that Kanan was made blind by Darth Maul. I'm not sure what it is about me loving people who are blind. They can still kick so much ass. But I do love them. I'm a massive Marvel Daredevil fanboy. And obviously that superhero is blind. And it'll be really interesting to see how Kanan's fighting style and how he teaches Ezra will change with this blindness. Of course, with Kanan's blindness, they're channeling their inner Star Wars The Force Unleashed fanboy from General Kota, who was quite a cool character for me. I quite liked him, even though he wasn't the perfect Jedi that many would expect. Obviously, we had the 7th sister and the 5th brother featuring throughout the majority of Season 2, with the 5th brother, I believe he's called, just coming in the finale. Maul absolutely wrecked them and killed them both, which is in one way kind of good because they're Inquisitors and they're disposable. They can be disposed. They can just keep on getting more to hunt down Kanan and Ezra, and now they're going to try and hunt down Maul, and maybe if even Ahsoka survives, which I'll get onto later, they might want to hunt her down if whatever happened in Ahsoka and Vader's fight, we don't know. But I felt like the Inquisitors were developing well as characters, and we were starting to get a bit of a connection with the 5th brother and the 7th sister. So it's kind of mixed opinions on that one. I'm not too fussed to see them die. It was kind of cool how Maul showed no mercy, and I like how Ezra chose not to kill them. But I did like how their characters were developing, which is a bit of a shame. I'm sure everybody will agree that the one thing we were looking forward to more than anything else was the inevitable Ahsoka Tano versus Darth Vader fight, and it didn't disappoint at all. The fight scenes between them were epic. You had the juggernaut approach of Darth Vader with the acrobatic sort of form, I forgot what it is, I think it's a Risu form, of Ahsoka just running rings around him. And then you also have Ahsoka slashing off his helmet, which I thought was pretty cool, and you see his eye, and then especially having Anakin's voice say, "Then you will die," just topped it all off. But that wasn't it, because Ahsoka force pushes Ezra out of the weapon for her final fight with Vader as it explodes, and that explosion is huge. Yet Vader somehow survives, and we see Ahsoka drop to her knees. And I kind of have mixed feelings, because I love the fight and I love the dialogue in it, but I think the explosion made it a bit less cool. I would have preferred to see the final moment of Ahsoka and Vader, and I'm not really totally great about Vader surviving an explosion of that magnitude, but he is Darth Vader, he is the chosen one, well, Anakin's the chosen one, so I'll let that slide. You deserve some major kudos if you didn't nearly have an emotional breakdown and cry when you saw the shot where Ahsoka started to drop to her knees as Vader walked out of the Sith temple. That was extremely powerful few seconds and extremely powerful 2 shots, so that was done very well. I did love that moment. One thing that I really like, not only in Season 2 and Season 1, and not only in the finale, but is actually Ezra's motives throughout the whole of the Star Wars Rebels series. His motives aren't that of the normal person trying to tempt someone to the dark side, and I find that interesting. Ezra doesn't want to kill. The only reason he wants the dark side is power, which obviously the dark side is a key component to the dark side, but he just wants this power so that he can save people, so that he can help people, he can save his friends, he can help people, he can destroy the Empire, and he can bring peace. And I think that's a really interesting balance between the badness, is that word? Yeah, let's go with it. The badness of the dark side and kind of the goodness of Ezra's motives colliding. And it's going to be really interesting to see in Season 3 what happens with that. And the worst thing about this is just the ending. Ezra managing to open up the Sith holocron, which can only be opened by a Sith. But I have a theory, which I believe to be true, as to why he can open this up. Obviously, we know that Ezra is extremely powerful in the Force, a natural affinity to a Force which is far greater than Kanan's. So the fact that he has the raw power to actually do it is not that much of a surprise. But only a Sith can open a Sith holocron, so here's my little theory. When we see the Ezra having his conversation with Darth Maul on that sort of elevator thing that's going up to the weapon, their conversation is cut out as Maul asks Ezra to be his, kind of hints at Ezra being his apprentice. And so we don't know how the rest of this conversation went, and obviously we see Maul refer to Ezra as his apprentice. So what I believe's happened is Ezra in this moment has agreed to become Maul's apprentice, hence making him a Sith apprentice, hence meaning he can open the Sith holocron. I know it's a bit of a far-fetched theory, but honestly, that's the only thing I have in my mind right now. So if any of you guys have any more theories on that little topic down, then let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Star Wars Rebels Season 2 finale. I will have a video coming out next week about the Season 2 review as a whole. So yeah, if you have any theories about any of the points I've discussed, let me know how you thought the finale was and how you thought Season 2 was as a whole, and any predictions you have going forward, then let me know. So yeah, put them down in the comment. Also, one thing I'm just going to add is in my Star Wars Rebels Season 2 predictions, I predicted that Ahsoka Tano would die. And in the comments, I got absolutely slaughtered because everybody said that's never going to happen because it's a kid's show. And kind of now I feel pretty good about myself because I predicted the one thing right for a change, which never ever happened. So just wanted to put that out there. For all of you that said I was wrong, I mean she may be alive, but I doubt it. For all of you that said I was wrong, go do one. Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm just glad I got one right. Big thanks to Star Wars Analyst for helping me get set up over on Instagram. The link to his channel is in the description, so be sure to go check him out. Also, I have to apologise for the lack of uploads. My life has been pretty crazy at the moment. I broke my nose. I got to have surgery on it. I've also had a lot of college work to do. I have my mocks and everything. So I'm sorry about the lack of uploads. Hopefully they'll get better over the next month and a few months until I get to my exams. But if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you all have a very, very nice day and all had a very nice Easter. So may the Force be with you. Always.